What's up guys, welcome back. I am Justin Colby, and in this video we're going to talk about how TikTok and real estate has merged and created an incredible frenzy, and a lot of money is flying around. Stay tuned. Alright guys, welcome back, and in this video we're going to talk about how this big TikTok movement, and for those of you who don't know what TikTok is, you either don't have kids, you aren't a kid, you've been living under a rock, I don't know, but even I know what TikTok is. TikTok is the hottest, biggest, newest social media platform that is a huge craze, and it now is creating a huge economy where there's a lot of money interchanged within the real estate sector. And in many of you guys know, I am big into real estate. I have been for 13 years, so I have found this to be incredibly interesting. And so I'm going to pose some questions through this video. Obviously, if you like this video, I want you to smash that like button because the YouTube gods like it, and it helps me get more videos out to the masses. Obviously, subscribe, but let's talk how TikTok is changing the real estate market. All right, so I read an article, and it started with the Bloomberg article, then went to a New York Times article, and so many articles in between. But it has turned into a huge craze. We all know the Airbnb model. Now, the Airbnb model started several years ago and has been a big boom. It has been well noted that the hotels don't love it, and certain HOAs don't love it, and certain neighbors don't love it, but it is here to stay. Well, guess what? TikTok has created another similar craze, and it is throwing around a lot of money with commas and a lot of zeros. Here's what happened. Here's what's happening. The TikTok superstars are going out and renting these massive mansions a month or two at a time at a rate of anywhere between $30,000 and $50,000 a month. It is shocking. Now, this isn't the first time that this has happened. Back when YouTube started going, and a big name, Jake Paul, now he's a big name, he wasn't quite as big then, got together with a couple of his buddies and did a very similar thing where they took a group of them and they rented a massive mansion and started just producing content over and over and over and collaborating together, and it helped increase their name and their popularity and subscribers, and doing that with each other is obviously a very brilliant move. So this is not the first time that this has happened, but it is the newest, and it has changed a little bit of the shape because of how big social media is and how it's now starting to change some of the real estate going on and dealings within it. Now, I will tell you this. If you can rent your home for $30,000 or $40,000 or $50,000 or $60,000 for 1 month, the question I'd ask is would you? Now, there is already some grumblings around in the articles about how neighbors aren't loving this and they're turning into party houses. And a little while ago, there was a home called the Hype House, which is probably the most famous, and it was the first of this TikTok generation to get going, and they had roughly 19 TikTokers in the home. I think there was 4 or 5 of them were full-time live-in TikTokers. The rest would actually have like a room that they could stay in when they came into town. And again, the concept is they all get together, they shoot video together, they share each other's page, they trade, and what that does for them is it really catapults their presence and their popularity, and the engagement goes really high, the subscribers and fan base goes really high, and they make a ton of money, usually from sponsors. Now, there's management groups that are a part of these kids' obviously careers at this point because they're making millions of dollars. And these management groups are renting these homes to be able to put them into one place so that they can pump out work and videos nonstop, 24 hours a day together, and continue to grow this massive craze of TikTok, which is just brilliant. Now, let's talk about how that's working on the real estate side. Again, I've just mentioned, like, if you could get a $30,000 to $40,000 to $50,000 to $60,000 a month of rent for 1 month, would you take it? My answer most likely is yes. But where it's really started to change the game, through my diving into these articles, I found that there's a management group who bought out an investment company, or it was a company that they bought, and now they're changing that company into an investing company to go out to find the locations, to find the residential properties to buy themselves and to rent from themselves. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. I absolutely love the idea because it's kind of the McDonald's model, right? Where it's not just about selling the hamburgers, or it's not just about the TikTokers. You now have this real estate asset that you are getting a massive return on from these TikTokers in the management group, which in this article, they would own the management group, rent the property from the other company that they just bought into essentially, and now they're gonna go make the money on the rent for the $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month, and now they have all this real estate accumulated. It is absolutely brilliant. Now, in one of the articles, I believe it was the New York Times articles, there was a realtor that was quoted in there about how much money is actually getting, handed off in between, from the realtor to getting the deal done to the landlord making the rent. There's a big economy developing within this space, and it's actually becoming harder and harder to find. So these investors in these groups, these management groups, are going out and they're paying top dollar on these multi-million-dollar beautiful homes because they need a location for these TikTokers to continue shooting their video in collaboration with one another, because that's what drives their popularity. That popularity drives the sponsors pay millions, and everyone makes money. I find this to be so fascinating that I'm shooting this video about it. Am I a TikToker? No, I have a TikTok account. I do teach real estate primarily on that TikTok account, but this is so fascinating because the entire economy that is transpiring out of this, I wanted to kind of bring something to light for you guys about that. There's so many different ways to make money. Now, am I gonna go out and buy a multi-million-dollar mansion for TikTokers to rent? Probably not. Are you? Probably not. But is it pretty darn interesting that these groups of investors are pooling their money, they're creating a syndication. Some of these management groups are now buying into other companies so that they could buy homes. One article I read is this group called the West of Hudson's Group owns multiple of these houses specifically for these TikTokers to go shoot their content. To make it even more interesting, there was a Chinese healthcare company that actually bought out this West of Hudson group, and this healthcare company is actually a publicly traded company and now has renamed the company into something very cool like the Clubhouse Media Group, which I think is a cool branding scenario. What's so interesting about this is now this concept is actually a publicly traded company trading for a couple of dollars. This blows my mind to think you have these TikTokers making millions of dollars because of their popularity. Now you have these management groups renting these multi-million-dollar properties. You have this investment group buying these multi-million dollars. Then you have this, I don't understand it, but you have this Las Vegas-based Chinese healthcare company that buys out this investment group. The healthcare company is public, and we are in a publicly traded space. It is mind-blowing, the economy that this entire scenario has created, the amount of money that is being flowed between the management company, the TikTokers themselves, the realtors who are lining up the rentals, the investment group buying the homes. Now you have this other company rebranding itself. Now it's based in Las Vegas. It's a publicly traded company that the stock is trading for a couple dollars or so. Absolutely mind-boggling. So if you want to be a big baller and go create and build a couple big time spec houses in Las Vegas, that might be an incredible play for you as an investor to create millions of dollars for yourself. I don't have the cojones for that. I probably won't make that play, but hey, not sure who's watching this video. There's a lot of money to be made on so many different aspects here. It is incredible. Hopefully you guys like this. If you're liking this video, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. The YouTube gods are trying to help me share more of my content. It really is good for me, so please smash that like button. If you are in real estate, go over to thescienceflipping.com. I have a ton of free giveaways, or I drop daily podcasts on the Science of Flipping on iTunes or Spotify. Hopefully you guys like all this stuff. Any questions, comments, are below, or any questions you can leave below. Any resources I ever talk about are right below as well. And I hope to see you guys on the next video. Peace.